I think this is one of the most important things I'll talk about. I don't know. It just, these videos this week have been channeled. Like, I've shared with my subscribers. If you're new here, then I'll share with you. But part of my messages are channeled. Part of them are my thoughts. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing here. I just started showing up on YouTube 2 years ago in Crans-Montana in Switzerland. So much love, sending so much love to that village right now because such a tragedy, but I love it there. It's where I started making my videos. I originally just started making YouTube videos because, number one, I always knew I wanted to be on YouTube. I wanted to learn, teach. YouTube was a platform where I healed in many ways. It's my favorite platform. I feel like it's the most like spiritually led. The algorithm is like the most spiritual. It's like the videos that find me sometimes are just insane. I'm like, how did this find me? How did source, get this to me? It's so perfect. It was like made for me. Like, this person is speaking to me. And a lot of you guys will say that in the comments, is like, it feels like you were speaking to me, and like that it happens often for you. And so the way that I see it is like it's all a fabric of life. We're all connected. And so I show up, I open up, I start speaking, and it's a blend of that. But for the past week, it's really just been feeling like something powerful has been coming through me, like some kind of channel. And I'm so honored to be having this experience because every time I finish the videos, I feel so good. Sometimes, you'll hear healers and whatnot say like, oh, I can't work with people because I'm so drained after. If you're feeling drained after you're doing energy work or after you're doing, opening up to the divine, then you really want to set energetic boundaries. And I'm getting chills with that now. And also just like looking at this beautiful almost sunset. I'm hoping to bring my camera down to the beach this evening and make a video down there with the sunset, but we'll see. But then you really want to put like protective layers around you. Maybe I'll do like a video just on clearings, but in my New Year's Eve ceremony, which you can still do if you would like to, journal on the last year, on what you really want this year, do a vision board, do the powerful energy clearing, then that's exactly what I would recommend. But you should be feeling like really energized and really charged by the energy that comes through if it is of the highest truth. So what is coming through for this message today is that, oh, and now I have the chills all down my neck and my back for this. So this was like, it kept me up, I think, until like 3 or 4 last night. And I've been getting really good sleep since being here in Portugal. But last night I just could not sleep because I was like, the energy to this is just wild. I was facing a part of my brain, of my subconscious, that like it takes a lot of time usually. I don't know time, but it takes a certain amount of navigation to access this place right here, where I was listening to my Dream Life Sleep Hypnosis. So if you want to sign up for that, you use the frequency of your own voice to program in your subconscious what it is that you truly desire, and it unravels the blocks for you. So maybe that, I feel strongly that was part of it. But as I was falling asleep, I was met with like seeing my power and seeing how close I am. Oh, because I really doubt he's gonna watch this, so I'll share this. So a week ago, I shared with you guys that I got the ick from my narcissist ex, who's like diagnosed narcissist and whatnot. And so when I finally got the ick of him in my dream, it really showed me like the power of the ick. It made me feel like I really moved past that because my subconscious kept bringing him up ever since doing Dream Life Sleep Hypnosis. And it kept bringing up like playing small in order to be loved and that timeline. And then I got the ick from him. And then I had a dream, I think that night as well. The lighting is just wild right now. The sun is beaming. But I had a dream of this guy that I follow online who is kind of just like me. Like he it's like we're very similar, like farm life and nutrition and health and like this view on the world and entrepreneurship and like all this stuff. And we were together. But this guy's got like over 1 million followers, which is like whatever. I know, not a lot, but like I know quite a few people who have over 1 million followers. It doesn't mean anything, we're all human. But like, it's just the fact that he probably wouldn't see my stuff is like what I was thinking. But then last night he responded to one of my stories, and like so out of the blue, and probably because I liked something of his or whatever, but it just, when his name showed up on my phone, I was like, I know who that is. And then I was like, oh my gosh, that's so random. Hopefully this lighting is not too weird. Put you here. And then that got me thinking, I think, like, okay, it made me access a part of my subconscious where I was like, okay, I'm in this timeline where Nove, my app, is launched, and I think I've also just reached a point in that design process where it's almost scaring me how cool it is, like how powerful it is, how life-changing it is going to be for myself and for others. Like I really feel that this is like a channeled business, but it's like a channeled thing. Like just the lighting that this makes it feel like very angelic. And looking at the app, I'm like, did I make that? It doesn't feel real. Like the whole experience doesn't feel real. And then to have him message me, especially after that dream, and like we just don't know each other, and I was just like, oh, okay, so this is like a taste of what this new timeline feels like. Like I'm a founder, I have this app, I'm my videos and my stories and whatnot, they're having more reach, and like I'm reaching people who I see eye to eye with. Like I no longer, because for so long I was like a closet spiritual person, like I was like spiritually aware person, closet entrepreneur, closet blah blah blah, and I was shrinking in order to be with others pretty much. And then I went through that whole void process, which we've talked a lot about on this channel. I've been through many voids and many periods of isolation, but this void recently, it really stripped me away from everyone and everything. I was living in a hay barn stranded on an island for 5 months. But now to be here in Portugal in this house, I just posted what are they called on YouTube? A short and a reel and a TikTok of the house a bit in my morning routine. First time showing more of the house in my morning routine. I've never done anything like that before, so you can go watch that after if you'd like. But really settling in here, really like on the timeline of this all happening, of everything I've been putting in my dream life sleep hypnosis, of everything that I've been manifesting, of everything that I came to earth to do and to be and to embody past the illusions. And so this message right now is that you might fear the shit out of your power. You might really be afraid of your power, and that is the thing that is holding you back the most. But when, like what was happening last night, after that message, when I was falling asleep, I finally met that. Like my subconscious let me meet that wall. Like it let me meet that belief. Like when you actually get up close and personal with the belief in a place of non-attachment, non-judgment, I just was like with it. I was like, okay, what are you feeling right now? You're feeling afraid, like afraid of being seen, like afraid of someone, like that, not even that he was hitting on me or anything, like it was like such a simple message, but just like the things that came up with it, like afraid of connecting with people who are actually going to see you for who you are. Like that, does that scare you? Like asking those questions, and like, does it scare you? Like what scares you about having an app? And like then the stories came up of like having so much influence in people's lives, and having responsibility, and having what if the app crashes? What if I let people down? What if I fail people? What if and one of my beliefs, because this was something that was said to me a lot growing up, is that when people get to know me, they won't like me. And so like with that person messaging me, with like more, with my circle growing with more like-minded people, there's that belief that I like got close with, of like the fear of people not liking my truth, not liking me when they get to know me. And so just when you actually navigate, which I think you are, when you actually navigate arriving in that place and meeting that place, that wall, that block, that story, that belief, with love, with acceptance, and like you arrive there, there's no turning back. And I'm getting chills with that now. There's no turning back. Like there's no going back to like being in the old circles, being in the old timeline. The only option is through. And so the way that you move through is by doing this. It is by asking those questions, because then more of the shadow of what's been hiding comes to the light. It comes to awareness, and then more, and your brain has to answer, your body has to answer. It has to tell you the answer to the question. So you say like, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? What's the worst that could happen? And like, you really can only do this in like deep work. Like it was important for me, I think, last night, because my eyes were closed. I was silent. I was listening, and I was having a lot come up and whatnot. And so really taking the time right now, I think is very important for you to, because you're like, this is such a powerful time. And if this video found you, this is such a time of rising. Like the past 2 videos have been about coming out of the hermit phase, coming out of the void, being seen. You don't just like wake up and you're seen. You wake up and you're the version of you, the energy of you that is about to be seen. And then you're also that with the belief. And then it's like, you have to walk through. You have to walk through those beliefs. You have to walk through those blocks. And so I hope that this message finds you at the right time, and that it's resonating in the way that, you know, I'm seeing it and that I'm experiencing it myself. It's like, when you, the other part of that is like, okay, so you ask the fears and everything. There's another fear of like, the subconscious wants to stay in the familiar, the nervous system wants to stay in the familiar. So then another fear is with those two. It's like, okay, well, when you move past these stories and these fears and these blocks, and then you go into the unknown. And so the unknown's right here. And so the nervous system and the subconscious are like, whoa, what are we gonna do over there? What are we gonna do over there? And that's when you continue to visualize the dream life, continue to feel what it feels like to rise, continue to feel into that energy of it all working out, of it being better than you ever imagined, of it being safe, of it being abundant, of it being powerful, of it being filled with joy. And visualizing and embodying that feeling before it's your perceived reality, that is the process through those blocks. And so maybe the past few days, like yesterday was such a strange energy before this all happened, because I just could not get my day started. And I saw someone talk about, there were quite a few people talk about this the day before. The day before I was fine. I was like good, motivated, whatnot. Yesterday, I just could not do anything. Like I couldn't get myself to like really get like tied into a project. I couldn't get myself to do my workout. I just had to like I read a little bit about like international taxes and like that actually got me thinking about just decisions of like what I want to do with my life, which I think was important too, and probably part of this and part of like sitting with what my future is going to look like in the next few years and normalizing that in my nervous system. And so you're on the rise, you're coming out of the hermit phase. There's just this last bit here where you have to face that part of you who fears your power, who fears being seen in your power, who fears the responsibility that comes with being in your power, with having the abundance, with having the influence, with having the success, with having the love and the connection and the intimacy and all of that that comes with that timeline. And then smooth sailing. I mean, you never know. Could be another lesson. But what a beautiful experience this is here on earth, right? And then I woke up and I was like super motivated, super clear and everything again. So I hope that this message landed with you. It was kind of a shorter one compared to what has been coming through recently. I am going to go walk the doggies now and walk to the beach, and hopefully it's not too windy and I can take you guys with me. I just made this video series on, they're gonna be shorts and reels and TikToks, but it was on my gadgets, my health gadgets that I brought to Europe. I've been meaning to do this. There was 9 parts, I believe, to it. So all the different things that I put in my suitcases everywhere I've traveled. And it's like ridiculous. It's why I wear the same thing all the time right now. Partially is because it's cold, like the things I brought are not really for this weather, but the other part is because most of my suitcases were filled with my gadgets, my health gadgets, and I value those. So if you're interested in those, I will be posting those soon. If you want to join Dream Life Sleep Hypnosis, the ceremony, New Year's Eve ceremony, or any of my other programs, they are linked below. And you are so close. You are in this new timeline. Like you already are, you probably feel it. I just think the next step is really facing that part of you that is resisting your power. Because on the other side of it, you're like a brand new spring chicken. I love you guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.